Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed agreements declaring Ukraine's Moscow-controlled regions of Kherson and Zaporizhia independent. It's a formality before an official announcement of their takeover alongside Luhansk and Donetsk on Friday.
Pursuing their goals, our geopolitical enemies, our opponents, as we called them not long ago, are ready to put anybody in danger, any country, to transform it into the epicenter of the crisis, to provoke a color revolution and unleash a bloodbath. We have seen this not once.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has promised a harsh response to the annexations.
Russia will not get the new territory of Ukraine. Russia will only join the disaster it has brought to the occupied territory of our country. Russia will equate itself with the so-called DNR and LNR and finally destroy those institutions of normal statehood that were still left in Russia.
Much of the international community says the vote that took place in the occupied regions, the referendums Moscow says were overwhelmingly in favor of annexation, were illegal.
The United States will never recognize Russia's claims on Ukraine's sovereign territory. This so-called referenda was a sham, an absolute sham. The results were manufactured in Moscow.
And the UN Secretary General also issued a warning.
It is a dangerous escalation. It has no place in the modern world. It must not be accepted.
While it's condemned, Moscow's move is a repeat of its 2014 annexation of Crimea. Meanwhile, more sanctions on Russia are being prepared and more military aid to Ukraine has been promised. But beyond that, analysts say options are dwindling.
I think right now the U.S. still remains quite limited, and NATO in general, unless they want to get involved directly into this conflict, which I don't think they do at this stage still.
Now, 7 months after the largest military incursion since World War II, tens of thousands of people dead and cities reduced to rubble, Kyiv says the possibility of peace talks has now passed, and attention turns to Moscow, where the stage is set for a speech by the Russian president on Friday.